Hello there, I'm Daz. I'm currently in NCHARDAK Aqueduct with Master Neloth. There is NCHARDAK on the map of Solstheim. On the eastern end of the island, there we have Raven Rock. So I'm here to complete the quest, the Path of Knowledge. I actually already uploaded a full walkthrough of NCHARDAK very recently, but I'm quite angry at myself because during the section that dealt with the aqueduct, I actually missed quite a bit of loot. I'm going to keep the full walkthrough up because in terms of the mechanics of completing the quest, I think it's perfectly fine, but as I say, I did miss out quite a bit of loot, so during this video it's just going to be a full walkthrough of the aqueduct area. I'm going to collect all loot, I'm going to solve the puzzles and discuss some previous glitches that I have run into and possible solutions. So the first thing I'm going to do is point out an apprentice locked chest, which is up here. There is always a Dwarven Warhammer right beside it. Okay, I'm not going to bother picking up the loot. So we have to solve a puzzle here which involves lowering some bridges. There is some dialogue from Neloth concerning that, but I've missed it during this video. So the solution is to activate the left control switch first and then the right control switch.
That's it. Don't touch anything else. Quickly now.
Okay, so before I move on, these control switches can be glitchy and some people report problems of not being able to interact with them. If that situation should arise, the best method is to leave the aqueduct and go back into the Great Chamber, and once you re-enter the aqueduct, all being well, you should be able to interact with these control switches as normal. Now we're going to trigger some dwarven constructs. Yes. Here we are.
I'm getting tired of waiting around this muck.
Okay, I'm not a fan of the backpedaling enemies, but they are dealt with, and we now have a chest over in this direction. Once again, an apprentice locked chest. This is one of the ones that I missed on my walkthrough. So there we are, it's all very random. So we have a locked off area here. This can be accessed a little later on, and I will be getting in there eventually. So before activating this control pedestal, I'm going to jump round the side and up onto this rubble, and we can access this locked off area right now.
Fire!
Right, so we can always find in here a Dwarven Helmet of Archery. That is a guaranteed catch. There is always some kind of Dwarven Enchanted Bow. The enchantment is random. And this is an important piece of loot, Kagrumez Resonance Gem. I now have 3 of those. They are needed to unlock a dwarven ruin elsewhere on the island. And I don't think there's anything too amazing in there. That's just random loot. We can now get back to that control pedestal and lower this water.
I have an idea. I'll wait here and retrieve this cube once you find the last one we need. Good luck.
Okay, so before we head off in that direction, we can pick up some more loot right here. There we are. We have an area here which is not accessible. I did wonder about that for a while. So we have another control switch. This can also be glitchy, and actually it looks like the glitch has hit me. This might be quite fortunate actually as a demonstration. So what I'm going to need to do is vacate the area, and hopefully the fix that I mentioned earlier is going to come to the rescue. So here we go, fingers crossed. And there we are. So hopefully that will help out anyone else who gets hit with that very annoying glitch. I hate these things. And we have another chest behind here, nestled away. Once again, an apprentice lock. We need to activate this switch in order to get at this final control cube. Now that's going to raise the water level, and hopefully Neloth is going to grab the final cube.
Do you have the cube? Good, good. Then I'll take this cube and we can be on our way.
So it looks like he's functioning in the expected manner.
Water's rising even
Sometimes it's necessary to grab that cube yourself. So before we leave, if we activate this right control switch once more, this will unlock.
That was easier than I expected. I'm glad you were here to do all the hard work.
Yeah, that will
With the cube
unlock
I
this
received from
area.
the pumping pedestal, we should now have 5 cubes, exactly what we need.
I wish Neloth
Now
would
we
stop
can find-
talking. It would make these walkthroughs a lot simpler to make. So there we are, random loot in this
About
chest.
getting those boilers started.
And this is a guaranteed enchanted dwarven mace. The enchantment is varied, but you can always find an enchanted dwarven mace right there. So there we are, folks. Hopefully people have found this walkthrough useful. And fingers crossed I haven't missed anything out this time. So thank you very much for watching. Bye bye.